Hi, Bo here from High Tech Investment, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to have a closer look at the profit retriever. So we've already done quite a few videos on this one, but this we only go back 4 weeks, and we have a special focus on the copy trading, so that we are expecting to start with Expert Forex, and we want to show you exactly how well we've done in the last 4 weeks. On top of this, Alex has also sent out a new video, which is this one here in the last week, and it says 25 winning strategies, all over 100% returns. This is actually a video covering part of the trading competition that is ongoing with the profit retriever, and we were also in this particular one. So our robot did crash, and we used special test settings, so obviously not something that we would normally use. So, but only for competition. It didn't succeed, and it basically just confirms again that this is very difficult to do. You have to be quite lucky to get these settings right. So that's why these can't exactly just been copy pasted over and you're gonna make $1 million tomorrow. It's not really happening, and we want to show how we've done and exactly how we have managed the drawdowns and what exactly is the profit looking like, so that you can actually go in and copy trade some of our signals in the future if Expert Forex gets everything up and running. So in this video also Alex showed a couple of drawdowns. He showed it on the graphs on the FXBlue. We're gonna try and do the same approach here today, so you can see our way of trading, and we're also gonna do a couple of different currency pairs for you. Obviously, if you have followed any of our previous videos, you will see that we have 12 different currency pairs we are running. So different types of Forex currencies, plus we have the silver, we have the gold, and those are the two high jumpers together with the British pounds versus USD. These are the three that we're going to go through the video today and exactly try and explain to you. So what are the profits, what are the drawdowns, and on the British pounds versus USD we also are going to do a comparison in between what we find on the FXBlue side, and then go on our MT4 platform and show you how it actually looks, how the drawdown looks when you are comparing them. Also, at the same time, we're going to have a look at all the EAs for the last 4 weeks. You haven't seen this one before. So we will take you inside on our spreadsheet here and show you all the 12, how they've done over time. And that's where you will again see that it has been a massive gain in just 4 weeks. Months of June, we always have the top 5 profit, and we're also going to share that with you today. So let's get started, but as we all know, this is a risky business. So we're just going to start off with the risk disclaimer, and then we go to the FXBlue site.
The data on this website is for your information only. It does not constitute professional investment advice or advice on tax or legal matters. Please remember that all investment strategies and investments involve risk of loss. Nothing contained in this video should be construed as investment advice. Any reference to an investment's past or potential performance is not, and should not be construed as, a recommendation or as a guarantee of any specific outcome or profit in the future.
So the first one we're going to start off with here is the gold against the USD. And as you can see here, so the history goes 75 days back. We have to remember that the first gold we actually set up crashed and burned after a while, so it was very difficult to get the gold tested. So we started off the live demo account a bit early, and then later on when we got some decent results and more stable settings, we started off with this. So as you can see, balance starts off with 10,000. So for each demo account we do, it's now at 16,400. So after 75 days, so basically 2.5 months, which is not bad. You can see the total return so far, 65%. Monthly return is 21.3%, so on an average basis, and then weekly returns is 4.7. Peak drawdown is limited to 0.4, but then again, as also Alex mentions in the video here, there's another way we can go in and have a look at it. So we have a couple of ways. but the easiest one is basically go into the profit here. So this is the balance section, and you open up the FXBlue site, and what you then will do is you go into the floating profits. So to have a look at this one and see, so the floating profit here looks like this. You can see in the beginning, so we had a big drawdown and that was more than 4,000. Definitely not what we need, but that could obviously happen once in a while. It depends on how exactly we get started with the robot here. Since then we made quite a few adjustments, so, and as you can see, it has been quite stable since then. The biggest one we had here is that is equal to about 15%, so 1,500 roughly, and that is reasonable. So even for the profit retriever is quite well. Since then it's done even better, and obviously this can go back again, so there's no limitations on it, but this is how exactly it looks. Or if you want to have a closer look on the equity side here, you can also see this is the balance that we have running up, and you can see it's leaving here and it's getting drawdown equities down to 6,000, so basically it's missing roughly 4 in minus here. But after that, so the graph is following very, very closely, and that is what you want from any trading signal. So going forward, if we do that together with the silver, so we set this one up, and you can see also for the silver part, it has a longer range. So we've been trading this one for 126 days. And what you'll see here is we started off also with 10,000 on the live demo account. It's past 30,000 now. So already done 200%, and close profit, yes, 20,000 plus here. Total return 202%. Monthly returns on the average since the 126 days overall is 29.3%, so extremely well, and happy with how stable this has been. Weekly returns has been 6.3% on average, and trading wins is actually also quite high, 71.8%. So overall, quite a few pips we've taken also, 2,624 trades per day. You can see it's around 2. So the balance is quite well all the way through. We had a drawdown here. We can see it's not really moving a lot. And then since then we made some adjustments, as we always do when we move along. And looking at the floating profits here, it's basically non-existent. So, and that is simply because it has been so minute all the way through, which is quite astonishing for the silver. So if we go to the equity part, the second part here, you'll see that the red line is literally following it all the way through. So very good and very stable settings for this. And that is why they are the high jumpers here. They continue to cash in every single day, every single week, every single month. So very good so far. So now we're going to have a look at one that is also providing a lot of profits. So this is the British Pounds USD, but there's a few kinks in this one compared to the two others. Again, the balance, we started off with 10,000 account, 23,500 we're up to now, so more than 100% also on this one. Close profit 13,500. And then we see here the total return 134.4%. Monthly returns is a bit lower from what the other ones, but 22, and it has been doing quite well over time. Weekly returns almost 5%, 4.9. Trade wins is a bit lower, 68.7. We don't really care that much, so we know that it cashes in. And then we have the pips here. Trades per day, it has a few more trades, 5.6. And the history is 125 days. So we have quite a lot of data to run with on these ones now. And again, the balance looks quite well. This is what we really want to see. There was only one point here, so where we had a bit of a drawdown, and then after that, so it started to move again. And this is part of what we're going to have a closer look at on the MT4 platform. So if we have a look at the floating profits, you'll see here that it has been doing quite well, and only very small drawdowns of about 1,000, so 10%, and it has kept within that range all the way through. And then all of a sudden we have had a few higher drawdowns, and this is the largest one we had. So it went up 2,300, then it recovered a bit, and then it went further down, and floating profit was 3,700. The last one here is the one we're going to have a closer look at up against the MT4 platform. So obviously this is what you want to avoid, but it's not always possible. So even though you test and test, if we have a look at the settings here, you will actually notice that it is keeping quite well within the boundaries here in the beginning. We had the small little notch going down, and then obviously again we had some bigger drawdowns. So we continue here again to trade these particular ones. We don't go up in lot size, we simply continue to trade the same lot sizes, so as if we only had 10,000, because obviously this is a demo account. On live trading accounts, that means that we are removing the money from the account. So as it goes up, and then add new robots to it. So that is very important to understand the difference in between these. So we could obviously double the lot size, because we now have more than double in here, but it will make no sense. We are using the live demo accounts always at 10,000, and then as they go up to 15, 20,000, we start taking money out and putting more robots to work. Ergo, we are actually speeding up our profits. So if we have a closer look and go back to the floating profit here, we will have a look and see exactly how this works in real life trading. So how it looks on the MT4 platform. So the first of the two big spikes here we're going to have a look at, and the spike is actually this one here. So it comes from the 16th of June, which you can also see on the FXBlue site here. And basically the EA went in, set a sell part, and it continued to do sell even though the price went up all the way up to here. And then as the price returns, the robot basically cashed in this particular case. It profit reach was 53.7, closed it, this is in dollars, and then the trade was over and the drawdown was there. So the drawdown was a very short one, as you can see, between the 16th and the 17th of June, and that was literally finished. So that's the first spike that we find on the FXBlue site. So let's go and have a look at the second one. And if we move on here, we will see a few more, and we will see two spikes exactly. And if we open this one up, we should be able to see that. So let's move this one just a bit back. So here on the FXBlue site, we saw there was two drawdowns that went in, and the first one you will actually see here, it's a buy that's being set. The price is dropping, so drawdown is rising, and then the price returns back up again and closes off the deal here. So end of drawdown, and actually the next one is a nice great profit of about $138. Shortly after here, the price is dropping, as it's another buy it's set in, and then the price continues to drop. If we look at the date, we can see that the date here is the 4th, and the last date here was the 1st of July, so I believe this was most probably after the weekend. So continues to set in the same grid pattern as the profit retriever does, and it came all the way down to here, so quite a few open parts, and then the price retrieved back, so towards this particular point, and it just hit the top section, and then it cashed in, not much, $26, but that's what the profit retriever does again here, just making sure that you're getting out of the bad trade and then start a new one. And as you can see, it has done quite well after that particular time here also. If we have a closer look, you'll see that it has done quite a few trades since then, so all of them small, but definitely adding up to the overall profit, as you can see here, on 23,516. So that's exactly what the drawdowns look like when you go on the MT4 platform, and you also have to compare them to what you see on the FXBlue. Going back to our Excel for the last 4 months, it looks like this. So we have the weeks we ended up with was week 24 last time in our previous video. So we now have week 25, 26, 27, 28. And then we have an overall sum of how we've done. Basically, this is the sum from the robots since they started. So some has been working long time, some is short time, which is why there's obviously a big difference here too. The percentage is in here. The top 5 that we have, this is for the pre-last week, so this would be for week 28, and the percentage that lies behind it we have for the full month of June, and the 5 best of June here also. So you can see we will have the gold up here, so it has been doing quite well for the last 4 weeks, and the same for the silver. So every single week they've been cashing in. British pounds USD was at 0, means that it was a bit of a drawdown as we showed before. CAD Swiss francs has done quite well. British pounds AUD is also doing okay. This particular week was just not the best one. The US 30 seems to be struggling quite a bit at the moment. It looked very good in the beginning. Euro Japanese is also clicking over nicely. Aussie USD, again, you can see the profits are coming in all the way through. We had the New Zealand Swiss franc, and that is also, we had a bit of a drawdown on that for a couple of weeks, and now it's ticking over nicely again. We have to see if we can tweak it a bit more, get some more percentages out of it. Euro AUD also taking over nicely, and currently just in a drawdown, so it didn't get any money in for that particular week. British pounds Japanese also taking over, and Euro New Zealand. So all these are obviously running on live demo accounts, but not all of them are running with real money. We are only taking the best of the best. But overall, you can see that the sum we have put in here is obviously 10,000 times 12 robots, so 120,000 in total. Some have been running for 4 months, some have been running only for the last 3 or 4 weeks, as we find new currency pairs that might be working. But they will stay on their live demo trading accounts for a couple of months until we figure out if they are stable enough to go and play with real money. As you can see, total sum was done, $77,792 has been made. So from these robots, 64.83%. So these are massive gains in a very, very short period of time. So even if you take the assumption that we've been trading this for 4 months, all of them, it is definitely still extreme good results. Percentages are here, and this particular week for the top 5 was only 2,220. It was quite low, and you can also compare it to the previous weeks. So obviously week 26 was the best one at more than $7,600 or 6.4%. So quite high, but again, we're talking about stability. We're talking about it's producing results every single week. Full June review, so it was a very good month. So all the robots together, the 12, made $24,570 or more than 20.48%. So extremely well, I must say. So I'm deeply surprised how stable this robot continues to be. And as we mentioned before, if you want to optimize the results, you are not running all the robots. We are simply running the best of the best, because we don't want to be trading with $120,000 if we can get most of the profit in by just trading with 50,000, so 5 accounts. And that's what we're also showing you here. 5 best of June, how it came in. The high jumper was British pounds USD, 5,783 or 57.8%. So if you're looking at the numbers here and can match them up in here, it's obviously because some of the weeks are starting in week 24 And if you go in on the FXBlue, you will see that the numbers match. So these are obviously from the previous month and the following months, and that's why it's not adding up when you look at the Excel like this. Overall, you can see the percentages. So for the 5 best, we are looking at the worst one here at 26.8%. So, and that is definitely not bad. Overall, for those 5, 18,339 or 37.28%. So massive improvements, and we also have it here, just so you can see for yourself that this is actually what this robot can do. So a gain of 18,000 when you have traded with 50. It doesn't take long, obviously. If it continues like this, 3 months time, then you have doubled your trading account from 50 to 100,000. So obviously this robot continues to do quite well. We believe that we have managed some very stable settings, and that's what it's all about in copy trading. So there you have it. So the robot, the stability of this particular profit retriever is quite astonishing, we must say. We have tested and tried a lot of other robots. We really like the way we can test this robot, and we have a special way of doing this now that gives us a lot of confidence. And we wouldn't start any of this copy trading if we weren't ready, if we didn't feel that the signals weren't good. Obviously, yes, things can go wrong, but we have tried everything we can to make sure that these settings are stable. We are trading them ourselves, of course, already. So also with real money. So and that's why we are quite confident that if Expert4X and Alex is going to go ahead with this copy trading, so it will be interesting to see how we can all benefit from this. And we will also see if we are actually opening up Send account so that people can come in with less than $10,000. We're not exactly sure of that because there is some differences in between, and we have never traded the Send account before. It might be an opportunity for us to try and learn this, but obviously we are more interested in trading in higher numbers, obviously also higher profits, and as the risk is basically percentage-wise the same, then we prefer that. But it all comes down to what Alex and Expert4X are figuring out for us, how exactly this is going to be set up. We will do more videos on this as we progress and as we get more information out of Alex, Expert4X, and how everything will be set up. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure the notification bell is clicked and turned on so you won't miss the next videos on the Profit Retriever. And obviously, I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.